Hello everybody, I'm Alessandro and welcome back to this new video. In today's video, I want to show you a big improvement on our Deckbox generator. After a lot of feedbacks and comments about this in the surveys and with our friends, we have decided to create a standalone project, always based on Blender, but this time you don't need to download and install from the Blender website, but you just need to launch the application in this folder. I will show you later how to do this. It will be very easy. So we have reduced on one step the complexity. So, since I am a huge fan of Marvel superheroes movies and Magic the Gathering Commander player, I decided to create a custom deck box for my new commander, Doctor Doom. So, as you can see, this is a custom deck box with the logo. So, I will show you how you can create something very similar to this and very easy with our deck box generator. Okay, so let's start this. You will receive a zip file that you need to extract it, of course, and you will receive this folder. In this folder, you will see another 3 folders here and a Deckbox generator uh, link here. The first folder, you don't need to touch this. This is all the logic, all the main core behind the software, so you absolutely don't touch this. Then we have frames, the folder frames where you have your frames, custom frames, preset frames, and of course you can add here more. Same thing for the logos. Okay, you can add here in these folders all the logos that you want. Then let's start with just clicking the Deckbox generator. This will open Blender. As you can see, there is a custom splash image here, and there's nothing except for the Deckbox generator here on the right side. I'm really sorry, but I have a huge widescreen, so there is a lot of blank space here. So as you can see, there are no other windows, no other distraction here. The only thing you need to know is how to move the camera on Blender. So to move the camera on Blender, you need to keep press the mouse wheel, and move the camera like this. It will be much better with the deck box later, but like this. And then you can zoom in, zoom out. Okay. Then let's start with the creation of the deck box. The software is meant to be a step-by-step guide, so it is very easy to generate the deck box. So first of all, we need to click generate default deck box. Let's wait some seconds. Okay, as you can see, the template deck box has been loaded. You can zoom out, you can rotate with the mouse wheel. Okay, then, and everything is gray, but for the colors we will see at the very end. So as you can see here, we have a utility section with some buttons, but the important thing is here, deck configurator. As you can see, there are some presets here. So if you want, you can click and open this bar, and there are a lot of presets already made. So let's keep to MTG Commander 100. Then you need to insert how many cards in there, so 100. Then we have the single sleeve or double sleeve or triple sleeve. Of course, these will increase the size of the deck box, but we keep single sleeve since I have single sleeves. Then deck slack is just a matter of adding a little bit of space for the deck length in order not to have the deck squeezed and difficult to take out from the deck box. And same for the clearance. Same for the clearance, so 2 mm margins for each side of the card. Then we have corner roundness and corner bevel. This is to modify the bevel of the corners. So let's keep like this. Then cover notch is for the cover, to have this notch and to have the lid being removed much easier. Then we add a separator. For the separator, what this does, in order to see it better, there is this button here, hide cover. and you can see the internal of the deck box. This is the separator, as you can see. We'll add this kind of separator, and you can add, let's say, 20 extra cards. So here would be the main deck, and here the extra sideboard cards. Then, since we are playing MTG commander, we can add a display card slot here, and it will add a window where you can insert your commander here in order to see, as I showed you before with Doctor Doom. There can be standard or top loader. Top loader is a piece of plastic, for those who don't know, like this. Is a plastic where you can insert the card plus the sleeve, so is stronger and much durable. So this will increase the total size of the deck box. So now we go to the fun part. Next, decoration. First thing first, you will see separate inserts or fuse with body. What does this mean? This means that the panels will be separated or fused into one mesh with the body, depending if you want to print all in one piece or with separate panels. For this tutorial, I will print separate panels, so it will be much easier to print with multicolor on my bamboo lamp. So next thing is to go to select in which part we want to have the logos and frames. So let's select face right, left. Front, of course, is disabled because we have the commander window. Back, I don't want to put in back because it was on behind, and cover. Then let's go here, select frame all panels. We select a panel like this. We select the logo here. Of course, you can change these logos by clicking here again, or you can choose from this icon of the folder here, and you can choose one of your custom image, okay? But the software works best with black images with black background and white decorations, okay? Then once you have selected these things, you just need to click generate update panels. Let's wait some seconds. Okay, perfect, like this. uh, as you can see, there are two ways of increasing the resolution here, because on default this was 200 and it's a little bit jagged. So you can increase this, but this depends also on your PC. And of course, the higher this number, the smooth will be the logo. And okay, and of course, you can add also a smoothness on the overall thing. I think a smooth one is okay. Then you can increase also the logo strength. Let's say 2. This means that the logo will be extruded a little bit more outward, as you can see. Or you can also go embossing the logo, so minus something, okay, like this. But I will keep to 1, so it will be extruded. So to recap, we can change the frames, we can change the logo as we wish, and last step will be to visualize this if you want with colors. To do this, you need to go up here in this very last button sphere here. You click here, and depending on your computer, this visualization will be slower or faster. This really depends on your machine. As you can see, you can rotate. There is a little bit of lag, but this is normal because it's rendering. And with this configuration, with this rendering view, you can see the colors. Of course, if you go to the top of the add-on, you can change the color. Let's say we want to have it green, and the shadows are a little bit darker, like this. Okay, this is just a matter of visualization, so you get an idea of what you want to print. And then last step is to click here. Next, export. Open this section. Give it a name. Doom. Export all. You can export all the pieces or the separate pieces, your choice. So consider that since we have separate inserts, we will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 separate STLs. Okay, so you give it a name, export. You choose uh, you choose a folder here, test Deckbox. I've already saved this, so we can skip this, and that's it. This is the whole add-on for Blender. We have created the portable version of Blender, so you don't need either to install Blender. And from here, you can, if you want to go from the beginning, just press Start Over, New Deckbox, or just modify these parameters. We can start over, New Deckbox, and yes. And the wizard will go back from the beginning. So once you have exported all your files of your Deckbox, you can open your favorite slicing software. In my case is the Bamboo Studio, since I have a Bamboo Lab H2C machine. So we can import the files. Let's open our Commander MTG here. Okay, let's select no. So all the files will be separated. Okay, like this. We can leave, we can flag this, also this. And here it is. I mean, and here it is. All the pieces are separated, so the panels are separated because we choose separate inserts. And later you will need to glue in this recessed area of the deck boxes. Okay. The other thing you need to know is that you will need 4 5x3 mm magnets for the lid. And of course, from here you can customize even more. I mean, if you want, let's take for example, if I want to print in this color here, for example, what I do is select one mesh, go here, click color painting. I select the green one, of course. Usually I do with the fill, but you will see that it's very easy. So let's go smart fill angle about 10, 15. Let's try. And let's click. Okay, maybe it's too much because it covered also this. So let's go with lower, 10. Amazing. 10 is perfect. So we fill all the things that are missing. And you do all the same thing coloring for the other pieces. So I really hope that this tutorial was easy enough to be followed. And I think that the deck box generation is very, very easy. But I need your help in order to improve this deck box, in order to add features, in order to simplify things that maybe can be difficult, or other any ideas that you want to share with us. The project will be live very soon, so don't forget to hit the subscribe button, follow us on our social medias, and I will leave it down the link to the Kickstarter page. I will see you next time. Bye.